Anyway, this is a great show. This is your daughter.
Mom doesn't know that I suck dick.
My mom knows that I'm actually a whore. I've prostituted myself.
That I've f***ed way too many people.
I've 32 people.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
I'm a slut. Just kidding, she knows that.
You don't know that I swallow.
I'm a youth leader. So if my youth doesn't know, I'm a bad bitch and I'm a hoe.
My mom doesn't know that I suck dick.
My mom knows that I'm actually a whore. I've prostituted myself.
See, y'all don't make this my problem, bro. See, what y'all want me to do, y'all acting like I created this, all right? I didn't create this marketplace. These women are out here, man. These your future wives, bro. They have no shame. They out here. So all you lukewarm Christians, all you people out here, you moral standing society people, these are the daughters that you're telling me I can't violate. All right, because they can't pay their cell phone bill this month. There they are right there. There's your princess right there that you going to come over here and fuck me up over. I mean, we going to whoop your ass. And you take it up with her, bro. Take it up with her. And these are normal. She want to hawk tour on me, bro. Let her come hawk tour on me. So she's 19, 20 years old. Let her come hawk tour on me, bro. You take it up with her, bro. She gonna hawk tour on somebody. All right, let her hawk tour on me. I don't care. I got nothing to do with this, man. This is the world y'all created. Don't make me pay the penalty and the price. I do have Tranisha in the building, so Tranisha, I'm gonna save you for after the show. How about that? All right, shout out to Tranisha in here. But why is this becoming the case? Let's take you to the breakdown right here. All right. We have this woman right here that's going to share a story of why she is in $95,000 in debt. So why don't you solve this problem first and let me go ahead and put my 250, 500, 750 or whatever the hell I'm doing into her mouth. Okay, she needs help out here. Unless you guys are going to pay down these women's debts, be quiet about what I'm doing and what the world's doing. You guys got these women so fucked up in a bind that they ain't got no choice. You guys understand that. Main event. Let's get to it. This the problem you really got to solve. Okay. $96,000 in student loan debt. And this is a whole muskrat. Okay. And this is what I have written about in my book, The Evolution. So I called this and I saw it coming and I said, I better get my chicken bag up because this is the marketplace. This is the future, the monetized dating marketplace. And I'm going to show you, this is my book. For those that don't know, I wrote 2 books. The first book that you men should get is The Free Agent Lifestyle. This book is a breakdown on the feminism's reverse engineering of American women. Now, the reason why it seems like you can understand it now is because now you're living in it. But when I wrote this, this wasn't apparent. Feminism was still strong. This was before COVID. It was released a month before COVID, but it was written before COVID. So what you're seeing now is it being played out. Okay. But I said in 20 years, we're going to see the effects of the reverse engineering of American women. But the problem is it happened rapidly because of COVID. COVID basically took the 20 years and whittled it down to 3 or 4. All right. Now, let me show you this real quick. Raising daughters in today's world. So I gave you, what should I do, coach? What about your daughter? What about raising daughters in today's world? I wrote about it. I'm thorough. All right. I'm one of the most thorough content creators in this so-called space because I actually have put words on to paper. This says right here, debt demons. I don't know if you guys can see it. Chapter 12, debt demons, student loan broke. Okay. I told you we were going to be here. And as you can see, we're here and we're here in full strength. So if you want to beat this, you know, you got to defeat this book. And I would say, if you want to debate me, if you haven't read my books, forget about it. Look at this. Aisha Curry proved there's no hope. What? See, I keep seeing people say Kevin Samuels predicted, Kevin Samuels predicted. I get it. I get it. But look, Aisha Curry. This is 2019. I wrote this. And it says Aisha Curry proves that there is no hope. CGA predicted in its own book. You can buy this. You can buy this. I told you right then in 2019, Aisha Curry proves there's no hope. Okay. I get it, man. Kevin Samuels the GOAT. I give it to him. He's the GOAT of this shit. All right. I'm not taking that away. But come on, man. I've been contributed way more to this space than I'm given credit for. And it's nice and lamey because niggas don't read. Okay? Niggas don't read. But y'all give everybody else credit, but not me. All right? I get it. I don't know what it is. I piss people off, maybe because I give myself more credit than y'all can give me, but it is what it is. What about this? Old women on the prowl. Older women on the prowl. That's why they call me Coach Stradamus. Okay? Older women on the prowl. Let's go back. Okay. Yeah, I was before Kevin Samuels was popular. Yes, I was. I mean, but, you know, again, I don't get the credit because nobody really can show you that I was on this shit. You can get this on Amazon. Link is in the description box below. But I said the problem with dating and relationships is that not because men and women can't get along, it's because women have too much debt. Not only is their debt financial, it is spiritual and physical debt, meaning that they're whores and skeezers. They whore themselves and skeezer themselves out in their 20s. They're coming in with high body count and they're coming in fucked up already. Then when you add the financial debt on TikTok, one of my pages got banned. I had a video. First 2 questions you ask a woman, how much debt she's in. That page has since been banned, so you can't see it. But I put that video out in 2019, 2018. All right, I get it. But you got to ask a woman that's in her 30s how much debt she's in. If you do not ask that and you marry her, you're an idiot. And I will say this for men. If you're a man, if you're a woman and you don't ask a man how much debt he's in, you're an idiot. Why? Because men are in love, women are in business. I can give you reasons why men are in love or women are in business. Because a woman will marry you and put that debt on you, Dave Ramsey style. And now you're cooked. You didn't realize she was in business when she picked you, goofy. So let's get back to this particular person right here. This is why women are not marriageable. When I say don't get married, it's not because I don't like women. It's because she's unmarriageable. The only reason she would marry you, not because she wants to fuck you, is because she wants to get out of debt. Come on. Men are in love, women are in business. I can tell you why. I just can't just write the phrase. I can tell you why. Let me play her video just so you can see how bad it is, unfortunately. And the way feminism works is that women say they're more free today because they can open bank accounts and get their own driver's licenses and blah, blah, blah. This is the after effect of having their own credit, opening their own banks. They are shitty at it across the board. And fuck, the nigga said KS shouted you out one time. Shut the fuck up, nigga. Y'all made 100,000 videos on him and you telling me about one shout out. Go kiss my motherfucking ass. Next motherfucking point. Next fucking point. Gentlemen, listen to me. Don't get distracted by that bullshit. Listen to me. When you have women saying they would rather be independent and free, this is the independence and free they're talking about. This is the independent and free they're talking about. Most men can't even get in this amount of debt without a woman or a child. You understand this? Let me just put this on the screen. Most men can't get in this debt without a woman and a child. These people get into debt just going to school. To get what? replaced by AI. Let me continue. Let's let this woman speak on this. All right, hold on for a second here.
I'm 26 years old and I'm in $95,487.73 worth of debt, and I want to talk about it. Up until 24 hours ago, I did not know that was actually the total of all of my debt, credit cards, and student loans. That number also does not include my auto loan, and if we are adding in my auto loan, the total number is $110,938.83.
Let me just tell y'all something. If you're in that much debt at 26, it's a wrap. All right. You're a slave at that point. Okay. Now, if you want to marry this woman, she's not your wife. She belongs to the government, whoever those creditors are. She belongs to Fannie Mae. She belongs to Freddie Mac. She belongs to whoever the fuck the government, the boss, whoever she feels like she needs to work that debt on. And possibly you if she listens to Dave Ramsey. All right. Because you're going to be guilted in this goofy ass blue pill society to pay off her debt. Dave Ramsey, boomer advice. Oh, well, you married her, pay off her debt. But she made these dumbass choices before me. Why should I pay it off? Well, that's what a man does. You picked her, so you need to take care of her. This is cooked, bruh. Who marrying this? You be a dumbass idiot to marry her, bruh. I wouldn't even date this woman. I'll let her. Never mind. This is a family show. I'll let this lemon head ass woman lick. Never mind. I'll fix her mind. That's about it. All right. I'll curl her toes, fix her mind. That's about it. All right. This woman is going to be just a piece of ass. All right. That's it. This is worthless, bro. You an idiot if you marry a person in this financial position. Now, if she doesn't marry out of this and doesn't find a fool to convince to marry that she loves him, she cooked. Cooked. Because she ain't never working that debt off. Ever. Right? And she can't even bankrupt the majority of the debt. I mean, she's cooked because the car value, the other part is in cars. So she's going to have to pay that debt off too. All right? She's going to have to pay that debt off. But the other one's not even bankruptable. All right, so let me see here. Let's let her complete this.
Since totaling up all of my debt, I don't think I've actually gotten one good breath of oxygen in the last 24 hours.
Exactly.
I feel like there is an elephant sitting on my chest, and I don't think I can sit still because all I keep repeating is $95,487.73.
The sad part is she don't even know how she got into debt. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is feminism. Guys, look, this is feminism in a nutshell. This is why I wrote the book. Now, I'm not anti-feminism. Once I wrote the book, I figured out that feminism freed men. I was like, oh, shit, we in the driver's seat. All I got to do is level up and get to the top 10% of income earners. I'm in the driver's seat. Okay, I'm in the driver's seat. All I got to do is not marry these schizoids again and fuck them for a couple $100. I'm good. All right, because this is them saying they're independent and women can control their own money and purses. And shout out to the women that buy houses. That's debt too. All right, so shut the hell up. You start a business, that's debt. Businesses don't pop off like overnight. So you're in debt too. Shout out to the women. I started a business and I bought a house. That's called debt. You had kids, that's debt too. Okay, so I don't care about the women that do great. Unless you have an investment portfolio that mimics Warren Buffett, you need to shut your goofy ass up at this particular point. The majority of y'all are in debt. Whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you bought a house, whether you make $65K a year, you're in debt. Whether you have kids, you're in debt. You have a big fancy wedding, debt. Credit card debt, consumer debt. You're in debt. So how do you dig yourself out of this? The reality is she just described a situation that makes dating and relationship with her difficult. She says, I have an elephant sitting on my chest. This woman cannot relax and go on a date and pick a good, honest partner or a spouse to marry because in the back of her mind, not only is paying for dinner important, but that debt is important. So that makes her unmarriageable. That makes her a miserable date. That makes anything she does in terms of expressing herself in love and relationships not even important, right? Whatever she says, well, I love you and I want to marry you. And what she wants is to wipe that debt off. Even if she says, well, I don't expect my new husband to wipe off the debt. Inherently, she knows that she hopes he wipes it off. She doesn't expect them to, but she hopes he just wipes it off. How does she seriously date in these conditions? She cannot. And I don't care if this is 30K or whatnot. This is where modern women are. They cannot relax because they got their own rent to pay. This is when they put out that list. You ever see a woman, you want to date me, rent costs this, I got kids cost that, snacks cost this, food cost that, eyelashes, nails, hair, makeup, esthetician facials, right? She makes that list. This is why they're undateable. Because in her mind, in order to date, she's got to have that in the black. Right? I need $5,500 a month or else I'm not messaging you. How do you have relationships work? All right. Now, this isn't all women that do this. Enough of them do. Okay. So enough of them do to the available single men. If you're not in a financial position to handle that, okay, you look at her as, I can't deal with that. Say, for instance, she just wants to hook up with you for some free sex. Wouldn't it make it better for her if she gets knocked up and pregnant by you? Isn't that a financial out for her? Yes. So is a lawsuit. So is marriage. These are financial outs for them. Lawsuits are the new divorce. That's why I say lawsuits are the new divorce. These women are in debt. They need a Hail Mary. She tired of selling some pussy. Now it's time to sue somebody. Cassie.
The Money Mindset 2025. Join us if you are looking to elevate your mindset to the next level and get your financial information and game back to where it needs to be. This is the blue chip mindset on steroids. We have 80 plus episodes from the last 2 years that you missed available via playback. You can get all of those episodes. Also, every live stream on Sunday night with all of our great contributors with subjects, cryptocurrency, investment, money 101, money 201. Also, if you're looking to become a social media content creator, this is the group for you. 2 times a month, we give you content creator information about how much money you can make via content creation. What are the most popular forms of content creation coming forward in the next few years, and how you can capitalize on an opportunity to be a content creator. Join patreon.com/Coach Greg Adams to find the Money Mindset link. Let's get our blue chip mindset on. The window is still open.
You see what I'm saying? Like, this is why I say relationships and marriages, I don't see where it corrects. How do you correct it when women are in this situation dating? You understand now why I'm doom and gloom. Okay, I'm like, nah, I don't see it correcting itself. You would have to fix this to correct it. Let's continue.
All of this debt was racked up through decisions I made between the ages of 18 and 26.
I say that all the time. 18 to 26. Don't I say that? 18 to 28. 18 to 26. Not only was the debt racked up, so was the body count. So was the parties, the cocaine, the chads, the Tyrones, the orgies, the Daytona Beach spring breaks, the STIs, the abortions, and the debt. The bad decisions, the hookups, the drunk nights. This is why I say, bro, it's impossible to correct relationships at this point. Because this is what you're handing over. So when women say, well, 21's too young to get married, but it ain't young to snort cocaine, and it ain't too young to do orgies and hookups and getting fucked on spring break. It ain't too young for that. It ain't too young to rack up $95,000 of credit card debt, student loan debt, and to buy cars and shit that you never gonna pay off and get repoed and get evictions and abortions. It seems like that's fair game. So how do we correct that shit? You got to be a goofy ass nigga to marry today. 18 to 28. I always tell you, man, 16 to 28. That's when the damage is going to be done. And then they start, come with me. Hail Mary, run quick, see. What do we have here now? Do you want to ride or die? Fa la la la. So when I say, nigga, I'm going to be with 19 to 24. That's going to be my prime area. Now, if you old bitches want to come over here and get fucked and tossed for gas money, bring your ass. But ain't no dating, relationships, and marriage for me at this point. Nope. Not in America. I ain't picking up this slack. All right. I ain't picking up this slack. Fuck it. I want the 18 to 24s. Where that other goofy ass girl at? Where's she at? All right. Where's she at? All right. That's what I want to see right here. Right here. All right, I ain't picking up no, I want to fall in love and I'm looking for something romantic. I want something long term. Nope, fuck that. Nope. No. Where's your daughter, nigga? Where's your niece? I'll fuck around and play with her since they want to fuck around and come up here and rack up debt and body counts and abortions and shit. I'll play. All right, but I ain't about to run up here at 50 years old and take this shit because she age appropriate. Kiss my whole entire black ass. All right, that's just my opinion. Fuck that shit. All right, because as soon as I pull up that credit report and that goddamn arrest record and that background check, I'm going to see the bullshit real quick. I'm going to see them burglaries and them goddamn DUIs. All right, I'm going to see all that bullshit and that debt. And when you got sued for that $10,000 credit card, fuck all that. And you be hard pressed today, gentlemen. You be hard pressed to get a woman to lay out her finances in front of you right now. Why? Because it's a disaster. You be hard pressed. You be hard pressed. Dude, I can care right now. If I told a woman right now, I'll pay all your bills in debt, all you got to do is let me pay it directly to your creditors and your bill payers. Them bitches will hide and run. They'll be like, why? I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. They want you to just hand over the money so they can go continue to fumble through life and make bad decisions. But if I told a woman right now, listen to me, ladies, I want you to listen to 26 women in here watching me. If I told you right now, I'll fix your mind right fucking now. I'll pay off your debt. I'll pay off your bills per month. I'll put you on a budget. I'll give you a little bit of cash. All you got to do is fucking bend over and grab your ankles 2 to 3 times a week and we good. But you got to give me direct. I want to see your bills. I want to see them. I'm going to pay them directly to the creditor. Them bitches going to run for the hills. Which you have to think, how is that possible? I've tried this. I've offered women this. And them bitches was like, nah, I'm good. They don't want it. Because they be embarrassed. They be embarrassed for you to look at they shit and be like, bitch, what? You had a nerve to be buying a Temu or a Shein dress? You have a nerve to be going to a goddamn concert? You had a nerve to be going to Bali on a trip? They're going to be like, I just don't see how. I feel like I'm in a cage. I feel like I'm in prison. It feels controlling. Because you're going to look at it and you're going to see. You're going to be like, look at this shit. They just want the cash. Give me the cash so they can continue to go out there and buy 2C and weed and vapes and hair and bundles. And they want to go out there and buy motherfucking Hennessy and hookah and lamb chops and buy Crown Royal and go out there and fuck Pookie. Go to Breezy Bowl. They want to go out there and do this goofy ass shit. Temu, Shein, H&M Express, and not make a dent. Handbags and trinkets, watches and wristwatches and bracelets. Okay. She says, if you told me that right now, I will glad you would put it directly to my creditor, coach. Life of Enigma is like, all right, Life of Enigma.
Get him, daddy.
Life of Enigma is like, come on, daddy.
Get him, daddy.
I told you there's a woman out there that will let me fix that bind. I told you Life of Enigma is ready to go. All right, I told you. These bitches want to go to the casino and buy drinks and shit so they don't have to hear you goofy ass niggas not buying them drinks and run Mac game on them. All right, they want to go to that. What's that little fake ass Pandora jewelry? They want to go to this shit. It's crazy, insane. But this is what y'all's future wives are doing out here. It's what they doing. And they'll tell me, well, I ain't out here running up a high body count. What's your body count? 8, 9, 10, 12. Okay, shut up.
My first associate's degree I got from a community college, and I didn't have to pay for it because of the Pell Grant, but I decided to go to a university and got my bachelor's degree, which is where I really started to rack up the debt. Then in the last 2 years, I decided to finish a nursing degree at a community college in the last 2 years, but that's where I started to rack up even more debt.
Okay, so you see what's going on here. This is the education. This is why I say the whole thing about education to them, it was a scam to them, right? So, you know, they'll tell you they're the most educated and women are getting more degrees, but they're ending up in this situation. Okay, they don't talk about this. 70% of the student loan debt belongs to them. So much for the education, right? This is why they voted in Joe Biden. This is why they was fixing to vote in Kamala Harris, because they thought that that debt was going to get wiped out. That was the sole number one reason they were going to vote them in. And then y'all was going to have to deal with transgenders in your bathroom because these bitches are in debt. Okay. Like, this is where people don't realize the politics. I don't care about the red and the blue and the MAGA and all that. I looked at it as they was about to corrupt 2 elections for them to get their debt zeroed out. It was about to corrupt the whole goddamn Western civilization because they got in credit card debt. I mean, student loan debt and credit card debt. Like, they was about to corrupt and put a whole Kamala Harris, a fake black woman, into the damn chair because they were in student loan debt. They put an old fart in the damn presidential chair. This nigga couldn't even talk, ride a bike, walk upstairs. They put his ass up in there to get they goddamn student loan debt wiped out. Like, that was the number one voting issue. Forget the rest. They was gonna have y'all in the transgender bathroom because they are student loan debt. And I said this back in 2016. I said it in 2020. Y'all niggas didn't listen to me, but that's neither here nor there. Okay. When you realize that, you realize why relationships are gonna be on the fucking rocks. Okay. Because now they have no out because Trump ain't giving them this leeway. Trump going to take their money. Okay?
What really sucks is realizing that the majority of these student loans is not from tuition. It's actually from living expenses and living way above my means.
Let me stop it right there. Let me just tell you what the scam is. Okay? Any woman that tells you she's going back to school, realize she's playing a student loan debt scam. The scam is they're going to pay a little bit towards their student fees. They're going to live at home. And they're going to trick it the rest off on bullshit. They're going to pay back credit card bills. They're going to buy hair, go on trips. All right. This is what they don't tell you. This is when they do orgies and go to Daytona Beach and say, fuck you broke niggas and all of this shit. And they living off the rest of it. So they're going to act like they have dorm and housing fees, but they're going to go ahead and cuff that housing fees. All right. And they're going to spend it. And they're going to buy all. Once they done paying the books and the $2,000 in student fees, they're going to trick off the rest. Okay. So they're really scamming the student loan system. And then what happens is 5-10 years down the line, now they owe $95K. Okay. $35K, $40K. Some of them don't even have the degree to show for it. Some of them do this 2-3 years, don't even have the degree. Some of them graduate with the degree, then find themselves going back to school, doing this same scam, forbearing the student loan so they don't have to make payments, going back to school to take 6 units, 2 classes to scam the system. Tell me I ain't lying. Plus, because I worked in the university. I have a master's degree. I worked at the university level for 15, 16 years. I worked at 5 universities. I know what's going on. This is why I'm ahead of the game. When I tell you I got experience in life and these other people don't, all they doing is just copying my shit with no goddamn context. I'm telling you what's happening. I'm watching them do this. I'm seeing women do this now in real time. Deferring their student loan so they don't have to pay and they're going back to school. And I'm like, God damn, it's just still doing this? Still doing it. 40, 47, 26, 33, 34. Still doing it. I'm like, God damn, bro. Like, this crazy. And because they're older, they can take out more and they can take out more loans. So they end up with a $9,000 refund check each semester or whatever it is. They're taking whatever these speed up classes are to speed up their degree to Nowheresville. And she just admitted it, so I don't want to hear shit. All right, let's continue.
My debt comprises of 2 credit cards, 5 federal student loans, and 5 private Sallie Mae loans.
Them private loans about to whip that ass because you ain't got 20 years to pay that off. All right, so you're going to have to pay that off expeditiously.
I can handle the federal student loans, but when I tell you Sallie Mae is bending me over and not in a way I like, it's actually insane.
But be trying to tell y'all. They stressed. They're stressed. All right, this is why they fuck for 250, 300, 400, 500 bucks. Why they doing this right now? Why they doing it? It's why they dating rich niggas. It's why they dating and they going on dates where y'all don't see the nigga. Why they come straight to my house. She getting bent over, not the way she like it, so she bend over to me the way she like it, and then she go ahead and the money gone, slip right through her fingers before she even hit my motherfucking door. Stop. Coach, they getting rich off of you. They scamming you. They finessing you. They already getting finessed. Nigga, I'm just patching up the hole. All right? They getting finessed already. They ain't getting rich. That money slipping through their fingers, slipping through their little motherfucking gel fingernails before they even hit my door. All right? Trust me. And she go back stressing after I get done nutting. I get done nutting, she go back to stressing. All right, she was having fun when I was sweating on top of her motherfucking face. All right, and nothing on her belly button. And now she go back to stressing when I'm done. All right, she getting dressed, going back to stressing. Money gone. Ain't no woman getting rich. Not today. Not off no tricks. They ain't getting rich. Let's continue, bruh.
Sallie Mae is genuinely evil, and they prey on young students.
Here we go. It's evil now. They prey on young students, but you finessing them, taking out living expenses for money where you could go get a job or a husband. Anything but get a husband, right? Anything but get a husband. Anything but be the traditional. All right? I'm not going to be traditional, but I'm going to scam the system and say they're predatory. Let's continue.
And the reason why they take advantage of young students is because they know if you're reaching out to a private loan like that, you genuinely need it.
False.
Out of the 5 Sallie Mae loans I have, one of the interest rates that is the highest is 16.28%.
Bruh. And I'm going to tell you, man, there is not many women that can avoid this. The only women that are avoiding this, all right, right now, okay, that have avoided this in the last 40 or 50 years are women that did not go to college at all. Okay, they didn't go to college. They went straight from high school to Walmart. That's what they did. All right, they went high school to Walmart. They worked their way up to assistant manager, and now they're the assistant manager at Walmart. Them the only ones that possibly could have avoided this. If they went to school, graduated from school, they are in this position. The only ones that can avoid this are STEM people that got in STEM and got married, and they got themselves out of this. But they're already married. They're not single anymore. If they're still single and they have children, they cooked. Right? Cooked. Cooked. All right, cooked. There are no-go zone for me. I hear a woman going to school, went back to school, thinking of going to school, or they graduated from school. I'll be running from them. I'll be like, I don't even want to know what they studying. It can't be nothing good. Social work? All right, cooked. All right. Social work. All right, fuck that. Cooked. Social work. You're going to be working in the middle of motherfucking Barstow, California, making $96K. No, thank you. All right, just drop off pussy on the weekend, please. All right, that's it. I'll pay you. I'll pay your gas up and back. All right? No sweat. I'll trick that off any day of the week. Going back home to your motherfucking hovel in Barstow. All right, fuck that, bro. You ain't relationship material at all. All right, let me get back here. All right, are you learning something today? Press 1 if you're learning something, man, or you're being reinforced here.
The lowest interest rate I have with Sallie Mae is 9.88%. Now, my federal student loans are between 4 and 6%, which I think is manageable. Although I had parents who would tell me what I should or shouldn't do, I never had anybody really sit me down and fully teach me financial literacy.
Okay, this is a problem. There's the problem right there. So look, pro-black say this. Women are now saying this. They took advantage of us. I never had anybody sit me down. And this is somewhat true, but you had time to doom scroll Instagram and TikTok. You also had time to watch The Bachelor and The Bachelorette and Love Island and all of this shit. And you had time to watch TikTok financial videos, but they were grifting and you didn't want to watch it. You had time to comment and on CGA's post and say, I hate women. But here we go. All right, it ain't my fault.
And it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault.
And yes, the banks did prey on students. I agree. But come on, bro. We should have known this by now. Your parents should have taught you. Or what about the parents in this situation? You think the parents are going to whop me over the head for fucking the 26-year-old daughter? Shit, they got to get their daughter straight because these parents are still supporting their kids. So for you guys that want to have kids, what about me? I want to have a legacy. I want to have kids. There's your daughter right there at 26. What does your retirement look like, sir? You're still supporting your kids. I know women in their 30s. Still the parents, the father, still helping them with rent. Uh-oh. Now, these women don't want to marry. They don't want to sit under men. They don't want to be under a man's control. But the fathers are still paying their rent at 30 or a portion of it. Sugar daddies. I wrote about this in my book. Student loan, hustle. They'll tell you, I make $65K a year. They can't support themselves on $65K a year. No woman can support themselves on $65K a year. None. I don't care if she a plain Jane, a whole muskrat. $65K a year is not going to cut it to support any woman. They got too many needs. They have too many interests and wants. They have too many desires. They're insatiable. They're somewhat another I word that I'm looking for. They need instant gratification. They can't support themselves off $65K. That's not gonna cut it. Trust me. All right, between tampons and period napkins and shit like that, they can't do it. Right? So if they got a job that ain't paying $150K, they gonna be broke. There's no way. And if they're under 30, broke. All right, if they under 30 with kids, broke. There's no way. I know them. I know women too well. I understand them. So if that's the case, they're going to need roommates, 26 with roommates, 32 with roommates, living with their parents at 31, 32, right? But you got to go ahead and cover this up. Coach, I'm in love. I want to have a legacy. And you roll the dice on this one and you wonder why she yanked the rug on you. It's not because it's personal. She going to yank the rug on you and say, you're worth more divorced than married. I don't want to listen to you no more. Don't tell me what to do. Starbucks and Target. Jamba Juice and boba. All right, and they come back with their little boba and they take their little fingernails and they do this on the cup. And you think they making it because they got, they look good and well put together and they have a Mercedes C-Class. I see people like that and I'll be like, broke. That woman broke. 98% chance she's broke in debt over into her eyeballs. As soon as I see the nails and the hair extensions, I'll be like, this woman is super duper broke. All right, Mercedes C-Class, motherfucking Toyota Camry. I'm like, That's why I go right up to him and she'd be like, look, what you need? $300? Come suck the black off my dick. All right. That's it. And if you over 30, like I said, no relationship. That's why they be trying to hustle social media and they get naked. I mean, half naked in bikinis because they trying to fix this bind without being a down to earth woman. Okay, let's continue here.
I never had anybody sit me down and really explain to me the scope of what I was doing and what it would look like in the future when I had to pay for it. In the moment, all of the student loans just felt like fake money because they just kept coming and I just kept spending.
Hey, I'm going to keep coming too, baby. I'm going to keep coming too. I'm going to fold it up to your neck and face is red and pink. All right. Your whole neck, chest, and face gonna be red by the time I'm done. All right. 100%. And you better meet than Sally Mae. Better me than Sally Mae, but I'm going to turn that neck, chest, and chin and your whole goddamn cheeks and forehead red.
I don't regret any of the experiences I've had between the ages of 18 and 26 or any of the things that I've done, but I do wish that I managed my finances way better than.
See, now that's the secret. Look. She don't regret the experiences she had from 18 to 26. So she went to Coachella and Stagecoach and Rolling Loud and Bali and all the shit that she brags about. Have you ever been to Europe? Have you ever backpacked through Europe? She gonna brag about she did all this shit, steady in $100,000 of debt. All right. So when she's on a date with you and she says, "Oh, I've been to Europe. I've been to Prague. I've been to Cabo San Lucas. I've been to Bali. I've been to Hawaii." She gonna tell you all this shit that she did, but guess what? And she ain't gonna regret it neither. But guess what? She did it on somebody else's dime. They real daddy, government daddy. But she gonna tell you ain't shit because you couldn't afford to do it. You understand what I'm saying?
If you want your husband to make more money, and I'm speaking.
All right, sorry, man. Internet tripping over here. All right, internet tripping. So these are the things that when you go on a date with her, all right, she's going to tell you she did X, Y, and Z, and she did 1, 2, and 3, and she's going to judge you on it because you didn't do it. All right, but guess what? Boom. She couldn't do it neither. If she didn't have these debts and these leverages and these bad responsibilities, she couldn't do it either. She said, "I don't regret it." Yep. I had my fun. Now I'm ready to settle down, ass bitch. All right. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. You getting a case study right here. This is a pure case study on what you're dealing with in the dating marketplace. And this is no exaggeration. This ain't even the worst case scenario. This is not even the worst case scenario.
In this, if I snowball all of my loans at the current rates that they are without consolidating them, I can pay all of this off by 2032. It's
2032. What do I always tell you? 2032, right? Yep. When she went to EDC and she fucked the EDM DJ and all of that shit, she don't regret none of that, bro. Let's continue.
really sad because I'm excited about starting my first nursing job next month, but at the same time, I know that all of the money I'm making is going to debt. It is what it is. What's done is done. And at the end of the day, if you are in your early 20s and you're thinking about taking out student loans, I urge you to reconsider and ask yourself whether or not you really truly need it. If I knew then what I know now, I would tell myself that no experience, no desire, no want is worth the stress that I feel now. I recently posted about the fact I'm 26 years old.
All right, so that's the whole video there. All right, I had to break it down because it was quite long, but this is no exaggeration. She's going to be a nurse, which means she's going to suck a whole lot of dick, even as a nurse. She's going to be fucking the doctor on the side, all right? Still fixing binds, all right? She going over there to go suck more dick, all right? Sad reality, but it's the truth. Now, quickly going through these videos here.